Hey, it's Billy F. Gibbons. We're backstage here checking out some of these fine machines called guitars. That's what we like. This is a recent acquisition from the House of JB. John Bolin and yours truly collaborated along with Fender's famous original Esquire broadcaster, no-caster design. This thing is quite a machine. Features the pickup from Cream Tea. That's Thomas Nilsson's outfit out in Norway. This one's a mean one. So here's the odd one of the bunch. This one it was a gift from none other than Jackson Brown. He has a collection of these speaker and amp and guitar, sometimes credited to Teisco, most of them carrying a Silvertone logo on the headstock, but this thing was found almost in new or mint condition. Plays killer. It's just crazy. Some people call it the Howlin Wolf guitar. We call it fun. And here's a favorite. This is a faithful reproduction of the very first guitar that I laid my hands on back in, Christmas Day when I turned 13. Got a Gibson Melody Maker, and on that same day we took it over to the Axel Custom Shop where Fearless Fred put these fine pinstripe lines down. This thing is outfitted with Seymour Duncan's stacked humbucker, so it's a little bit different than the original, but it sure does play and feel great. This is a good one. This one's always brought some interesting and amusing attention, inspired by Bo Diddley and his famous furry guitar. He showed us all the tricks, of course, and we're never too far away from featuring this on our song Legs. Got a great sound and sure is comfortable and pillow-like. And so here it is, the faithful reproduction of the famous Pearly Gates 1959 Sunburst. And once again, this instrument has got the feel, it's got the flavor, it's got the finery, and it's probably one that's most closely associated with ZZ Top from the early days when Pearly Gates really carved out the cornerstone sound. This is a faithful reproduction that does the job.
I'm Elwood Francis, and this is Billy Gibbons' guitar rig. And it's, as you'll see, it's two identical small racks here. That's an A and a B rig. This is what we use. If something goes wrong during the show, we would switch to this other one. It's actually, it looks like a lot of shit, but it's really simple. It's a wireless from, so we would go from the guitar wireless to this splitter. This splitter has two effects loops. In the effects loop, I've got, this year I've got the MXR bass octave pedal and the, what is this? Roland, the Boss SC70 multi-effects unit that I'm doing, like I'm using it for a flange. We use this multi-purpose. It has ring mods, slapback echoes, just any utility type thing. So, wireless to the splitter. The splitter has two effects loops and then about 6 amplifier outs. 2 of the outs go to my Voodoo modified JMP1 Marshall heads. The Voodoo mods does this. These make these amps amazing. They sound so much better than they used to, and I have 2 of them. The main one is set up for Billy's main dirty sound and goes to the Marshall 120 power amps. The second JMP one has a clean sound that goes to a direct box straight to tape for recording purposes, because they record every night. So that's two of the outs from the splitter. The other outs go, I have one that goes to a Marshall Class 5. That's just for me to listen to his guitar. The other goes to a Magnatone, a new prototype Magnatone amp. It's a 50 watt English sounding, based on like a Plexi. It's all hand wired, new. It's a prototype. Actually, this is the first amp. And both the Marshall power amps and the Magnatone go to these Demeter ISO boxes, which are just an enclosed single 12 with heel microphones, a PR40 and a PR30. And in the speaker, for speakers, we use Eminence, the Governor. Great fuzz box. Just going to try that out. I use these, that's really it. It's very simple. I use these Peterson Tuners. Those are for me. Each guitar has an EQ curve, and it's just slightly just to make it more homogeneous from guitar to guitar. And there's a little process we do to do that, but that's it. It's real simple. We have a bunch of guitars, and we have a spare for each one. So we have two Les Paul Sunburst Pearly Gates models out here. This one is a completely stock, in fact, the #1 prototype of the Pearly Gates model. I think it was prototype #1. There it is. It's completely stock from Gibson. I don't think we even changed the pickups out of it. I probably disconnected that to where it's just the bridge pickups. But other than that, it's completely stock. And this is actually the spare, because it is too heavy for the other Pearly Gates model, which started life as an off-the-rack Pearly Gates. John Bolin took the top off of it, hollowed it out, the fingerboard off, chambered the neck, redid the headstock to read Gibbons Lucky Mojo instead of Gibson Les Paul. Got cream tea pickup. Or is this an old PAF? I can't remember. I think it's cream tea. Top back on it. Different top, not the same top that was on it. The other one was 2-figured. This one's less figured. And now it's a really super light flame top. And this is what he uses for the encores. This sees the first 10 songs. It's John Bolin made, appears to be Telecaster shape, but it's Gibson scale. Top loading bridge, Glendale saddles, cream tea custom pickup, the Jimmy Reed pick guard material, and sort of a concrete finish. We're using these for now. We got them at the rodeo. We'll see how long it lasts. I don't know. Let's see, the spare for the main, actually pretty much an identical guitar. Although this one has Fender Esquire, it's still John Bolin made. It's Gibson scale. The only difference, this does not have Glendale saddles. This has 6 saddles, and it's stringed through the body, not a top-loading bridge. But it's virtually the same guitar. I consider it the same. This is only used for if something goes wrong with the concrete Telly guitar. And then he'll switch to this for 4 songs, which is a modified Gibson Melody Maker. It's modified to be a copy of his first electric guitar. It has all the pinstripe. Visually it's his first electric guitar. But it is a Gibson Melody Maker that John Bolin did. He moved the jack from the pick guard to the end, took the top off, hollowed it out, put a new top on, and brought it up to what Billy wanted, which is an extremely light Melody Maker. I think in the pickup it's got a Seymour Duncan hot rails underneath the cover of the Melody Maker pickup.